This is Mountain Vision. Welcome to the Blue Devils Football Coaches Show. Your home for all things Manchester High School football. With head coach Evan Huckstetler and your host, J.J. Hush.
Welcome to the Manchester High Football Coaches Show with head coach Evan Hochstetler. I'm David Carden, filling in for J.J. Hush this week. Manchester traveled down to Columbus this past Thursday and fell 20-13 to Columbus High School. Coach, a tough loss, but I know y'all probably learned a lot out of the game.
Yes, that's the good thing about non-reaching games. That if you do lose, it does not count against you in the reaching play or playoff standings. But that's the reason we have them. We have several of them this year, and our goal each week is to get better in non-reaching games.
What specifically did you see y'all get better at this week?
Line of scrimmage, we're getting to the spots we're supposed to get to as far as line of scrimmage. Defensively, I thought we played well for about 3.5 quarters. We gave up a big play in the first quarter. It was a third down play on the second drive. But after that, we did not give up a big play until about midway through the fourth quarter. So our defense played very well. They had a bend and don't break mentality. I know Columbus got it inside the 25, 30 a couple times, and instead of giving up and letting Columbus score, our defense actually arose to the occasion and started making plays and forcing field goals. So that's big time.
Yeah, especially when they start backed up like that and they're able to force the field goal on the short field.
Yes.
That's definitely a win for the defense.
Yes.
Speaking of big plays, the first play of the game, y'all kicked the opening kickoff.
Yes, it knocks the winds out of yourselves for sure. Anytime you give up a big play offensively, defensively, or special teams, you don't want that to happen. And that's something we're going to work on and correct it. Sometimes it's a coaching situation. Sometimes it's a personnel situation. We're going to look at if we can throw some new bodies out there, somebody that wants to get downfield and wants to make the play. That's kickoffs. It's all about running your lanes, being aggressive and wanting to get to the ball. We got some kids are not quite attacking the ball or allowing themselves to be blocked a little bit longer than they should. Sometimes on the kickoff we have 3 guys that are occupying one lane instead of 3 guys in 3 lanes, so that's hurting us. That's a coaching responsibility, and that will be addressed this week. And we got it on film. We've seen it in person. We know what to work on.
Y'all break it down, look at it, say this was the issue on that play, moving forward,
yes.
Make the changes.
We show it to them, and we're going to throw some younger guys out there. We got a freshman and got another senior that we're going to throw out there and give them a chance, and that's all high school football is about, giving kids an opportunity to have success, and we're going to give a couple kids their opportunity and see if they can shine on the kickoff team.
And kind of that next man up thing?
Yes, next man up, definitely. Yes.
Okay. Positives from the game. Y'all ran the ball well.
Yes. We had a good night running. Anytime in our system where we coach, we want to have success running the ball. I thought we did a good job running the ISO play. We ran fullback trap a couple times, had success. We ran jet a few times before halfbacks, had some success, but we were not able to run the butt sweep and G power in our counter game as much as we like, and that's something that we're working on this week. We put our running backs on the sled for about 20 minutes today. Usually the running backs don't go to the sled, but I was fortunate enough that Mrs. Kendra and the administration at Manchester High School allowed us to buy a new sled. The sled they had at Manchester was old, and it's one of those single-level sleds. You couldn't pop it up. And we could not put it in good use. So we got a new sled, and we actually ordered it the first week in July, and it's been push off, and we finally got it last week, and we were able to get on it one day. But today we spent a lot of time on the sled. The linemen were on it for about 30 minutes, and the halfbacks went down there for about 20, and that's only going to help us. It teaches you hat level. It allows you to keep your feet driving. So like I said earlier, our linemen are getting to the right spots, but the defenders either falling off of them, making a play, and we're not keeping our legs driving. So that's really going to help our linemen. It's going to help our running backs. And right now, our running backs, their issue with the blocking, they try to position themselves. They're doing what I coach to do. Like on jet, I tell the guys to step 1 yard outside the first defender and run your face mask through the outside armpit. And they're taught that on jet. Right now, they're stepping 1 yard out there, and they go and they put the face mask where it should be, and they're done. And they just try to position themselves instead of just run their feet. And it's not a running back problem; it's a lineman problem with it. But we're going to be better in 2 weeks than we were last Thursday.
So, you like the way your line's moving forward. You're going to.
Yes, I do. You can tell that they have been coached. They're trying to get their hat on the right side. Sometimes their step is not quite where it should be, or not. Well, it's where it should be, but it's not as far or aggressive. So we're moving in the right direction. Like I said, the sled should help us with the hat level and driving, and we're doing some good things. But we still got a long ways to go.
You were talking about the jets and the ISOs and not being able to run those well. Is the edge not getting set to get that back around the corner?
Well, sometimes the edge is not set because of not being physical enough on the edge. I mean, even though we run jet, a lot of people see that as a finesse type play because we're running to the edge. But we're trying to be physical with the defensive end and be physical with the outside linebacker. We're trying to be physical. To us, it's a fast play to get 4 yards. We try to block 2 people with the end defender on the line and the first defender off the line. And we're asking either our tackle or tight end and our wingman to make that one block.
On the defensive side of the ball, I know Columbus had a pretty good night on the ground. What improvements are you looking for on that defense to get stopping the run?
As a defensive front, we just got to do what we're coached to do. We got a couple of defenders not doing that right now. I know as our defensive end, they're taught to hit and squeeze. If the tight end or tackle is trying to escape inside, first of all, we want to step to the B of the offensive lineman, the B in the neck of the uniform, and smack him. If he's squeezing inside, we want to squeeze with him and keep our outside shoulder free. We have some guys that we're not touching them. So if you're not touching them, that allows that offensive lineman to get to the linebacker. It's that much easier. Then not only that, they were stepping up field and they're turning their shoulders. So sometimes we were doing 3 wrongs in one play, and that's something that's got to be addressed. I thought our middle linebackers read well. They read better than the week before, but again, it's difficult when the defensive ends are not smacking. That means the tackles and tight ends are getting to our backers. It's a team game. That's when you play technique sound defense. You got 11 guys got to play.
Right, because what you're saying is you hit them with that V in the defensive line moves with the offensive lineman.
Yeah.
That frees up the linebackers to come in and make the plays.
Yes, that's what we want. We want the backers. Most nights they read guard. Sometimes they read fullback, but we want them to flow to the ball.
Okay. We'll be right back with more of Evan Hochstetler on the Manchester High Coaches Show.
Football season is here. Get your lineup ready with your favorite team accessories at Manchester Farm Garden and Hardware. Flags, banners, and all types of fan gear. Alabama, Georgia, Auburn, and Georgia Tech. Don't forget about the great selection of Carhartt clothing and Georgia boots, too. We have everything you need to make it through your work week till game day here at Manchester Farm Garden and Hardware in the Town and Country Shopping Center in Manchester. Time for a new mattress? Wilson's Fine Furniture in Manchester has a great selection. From twin size to king size, Wilson's has it. In fact, Wilson's Fine Furniture is your hometown mattress outlet with name brands like Sealy, Simmons, Serta, and more, all at competitive prices. Wilson's also carries a full line of living room sets from Ashley Furniture. Save big now with 30% off all in-stock living room sets. Pay cash and save even more. And don't forget appliances, your hometown mattress outlet. Wilson's Fine Furniture, Main Street in Manchester.
Here at Sun Fashions, we have a variety of all your needs, from half wigs to whole wigs, from lace front wigs to ponytails. We also carry your beauty supply needs. We have your latest fashion in jewelry, handbags, clothes, and shoes. So whenever you're in town and you want to shop around, make it your passion to come to Sun Fashion.
Welcome back to the Manchester High Coaches Show. I'm David Carden, filling in for J.J. Hush. Coach, we were just talking about y'all's rushing D. The passing D really shut down Columbus this weekend.
Yes, we did a good job. Again, like I said, our defense played pretty well, except for one play the first 3.5 quarters. So Columbus, they got in a lot of third and long situations, and our secondary really shined. I thought overall we had really good pass coverages. They might have had one play where the guy got behind our safety and the quarterback did not see it. But for the most part, our secondary was very active. They were doing what they're supposed to do as far as being coached, and that allows the outside linebackers to get to the quarterbacks when we do stop.
So right now, would you say your secondary is probably your best unit?
They're playing well. It just depends. Some things they did well, some they didn't. I would like our free safety to be a little bit more involved in the running game, but then again, he's a sophomore, so he's probably alignment and assignment. His responsibility to make the secondary call, so he's getting the guys lined up as well as doing his job. So he's got a lot on his shoulders right now. He's going to be a better player next year, and he's going to be a better player next week and the week after. So he's getting a little bit better. We just got to get more involved in the running game.
Now, you said the free safety, he's not involved in the running game. He's just kind of hanging back playing center field instead of getting up.
Well, he's not reading run, and when he reads run, he's got to run the alleys and make the play.
All right, Coach, y'all entered the second half down 13-7.
Yes, sir.
What were y'all looking to do to get back into that game?
Well, first of all, we always want to play within ourselves and play our game. There's really not that many adjustments at halftime. We talk about a couple of stuff and what we could do better and talk about alignment defensively. But as far as what we had to go out there and just play our game and play within ourselves, I thought we did a pretty good job. We did tie the game up with about 5 minutes left, might have been 6 minutes, but we scored a game-time touchdown. We had an opportunity to go ahead with the PAT, but we did miss the PAT. But I thought, as a unit, I thought we played a very good second quarter, a very good third quarter. We just got beat in the first, and they wore us down in the fourth quarter. But I could not be more proud as a football coach what we did in the third quarter.
I mean, y'all were fighting with them tooth and nail and hanging in that game, and they didn't score that winning touchdown until a minute and a half left in the game.
About a minute and 28 seconds left. They started wearing us down with the numbers. I think Columbus is maybe a 5A school. They don't have quite the normal numbers that a 5A school does, but they do have more numbers than we do. They two platoon across the board. So while they're playing offense, their defensive players are resting, and while they're playing defense, the offensive guys are on the bench too. So not making excuses, but they did wear us down in the fourth quarter. I thought we were up playing with them. We're in pretty good shape as a football team, but the wins were out of ourselves with about 5 minutes left in the game. They just kind of wore us down.
Yeah, that makes a big difference when they can give those players rest.
Yes.
And while y'all or most of the kids are playing both sides of the ball for y'all.
We got 6 or 7 playing both sides, and we had a few injury bugs that bit us in the second quarter. Nothing major. Some of them hydration problems, and we had one kid that did bang his shoulder up a little bit. But we're kind of shorthanded in the second half. It's the first game that we played with a new right offensive guard. Both guards did a pretty good job. J.T. Waller played about 15 snaps as a right guard, and he plays all the snaps defensively, so we're trying to work him in. And Burson started the game at right guard. He did a very good job. He's a junior. He probably did not expect to play much this year, but he's one of those kids. He came all the days during the summer. I think he missed one day this summer. Might have missed 2, but I know one day he did miss this summer. He's a yes sir, no sir kid. He's a pretty smart kid academically, so he's able to take that backup role and just kind of learn and do his job. And as you know, our right guard got hurt last game against Taylor County, and so we just threw him to the fire, kind of baptized him by fire. He did not do bad. We just got to get better in that position. I told both guards today that we do have a competition. We want it settled in 2 weeks, so they're still going to be swapping out back and forth, but we're going to let the best man win the job.
Well, that's good to have the competition there instead
Yes.
of just having the one backup and now it's his job.
Yes.
You got somebody there to kind of push him and make him
Yeah.
that much better.
And Waller was a tackle, offensive tackle to begin with. And to be honest with you, we were not repping him that much offensively. But when Owens did go down at right guard, Waller's a pretty good lineman. So we put him at right guard, let Burson have some competition. It's going to be a good competition. It would probably go another 2 weeks. Both kids are good kids. Both kids are coachable. So that's a good thing to have.
Okay, you mentioned those injuries Thursday night. Are any of those worrisome moving forward or just kind of for that game?
No, it gets a little bit. It's just at the tail end of the game. We got a couple bump and bruises. That's normal for this time of the year. We had a kid that slowed down because of hydration and some other issues. I know Ferguson, our middle linebacker, number 14, he starts at tight end in middle linebacker in the second half. We had to withhold him from offense and put our backup in at tight end. So we just got to get in a little bit better shape as a team, as a unit. We do push that. We run every day with the exception of Thursdays, but we do hills, we do stations before practice, we do sprints, and I think we are getting in better shape. And it's always difficult to be in game shape, and it was difficult last Thursday with the storms and rain coming in early. And it was humid. The temperature-wise was great. We couldn't ask for a better night early September, but it was still humid. It's difficult to breathe. So overall we did pretty good. I think 1 or 2 cramps, but other than that, we were out of shape the last 5 minutes of the game.
And that last 5 minutes turned out to be really important. Like we
Yes.
said, they scored that touchdown with about a minute and a half left to
Yes.
go, which gave y'all the chance to come back and try to put one in.
Yes.
What happened on that last drive?
Well, to be honest with you, right now we're not a team that can score very quickly. It will get there. I know in 2013 as a wing team unit at Bowden, we had 20 drives or 4 plays or less, and but we're not quite there yet. We're young. It's first year in the system, and to be honest with you, we have not worked that much on our 2-minute offense, and so that's coming. We have to learn our foundation first. I hate to teach too much and we're not doing anything good. So I'd rather be good at a certain number of things and we can build on that each week. And I know today in practice we work on a couple new plays and the kids responded well, but we just gradually get better and better and putting in our stuff. I hope to have it in by region.
Okay. Having that Thursday night game, did that change your schedule coming into this week a little?
Yes and no. I told the kids this is our first normal week we had this year. I think we played 3 football games faster than any team in the state of Georgia because we played Charlton County, then we played Taylor, then we turned around on a Thursday and played another game. So there's not. Somebody told me that. Somebody looked it up. I think we are the fastest team to play 3 games in the state of Georgia. But this week we were able to have a little bit more contact on Monday. Like I said, we hit the sled a lot because we were able to rest Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's a long weekend and gave our kids more fresh legs for a Monday. So we went at it a little bit more than we normally do on Monday and tomorrow, what we call a bloody Tuesday. So we're gonna put best on best and go at it. We're going to be our offense versus our defense for about 20 minutes and just compete.
You're going to turn them loose?
Yes, we'll turn them loose for about 20 minutes tomorrow. Then we'll back off and teach. Then defensively we'll go scout O versus first team defense. But as a unit offensively, we'll go get the best we can go tomorrow.
Okay. Coming up this Friday, it's at home, 7:30. It's Mitchell County, a single A school, but a really potent running attack.
Yes, they have a lot of good athletes. If you come up and just look at a picture, they jump out at you. They, body-wise, player per player, they're probably going to be the best-looking team on the field Friday. They may be the best-looking team any game they play this year. They got some big kids that look good, and they got some athletic kids. They will run around. They hit you. They got a couple bats that if you do not tackle, they will take it to the house. So it's going to be a challenge. Athletically, it's going to be a big challenge. We just got to come out and do our job.
What specifically are you going to try to do to get that run game shut down?
Play more physical up front, do our job up front, have our backers read their keys, and our secondary react to run and pass a little bit quicker. Mitchell County does does run it a lot more than they do throw it. They don't ask too much of their QB. They do have a receiver that looks pretty good, but then again, like I said, they like to run it more. They probably 90% run, 10% pass, and they just make you tackle their running backs. If you don't tackle them, they move the ball.
So will you bring the safeties down a little more in the box? Or
No, we'll do what we do. The safety's about 10, 12 yards from the line of scrimmage. He's got to read his keys, and then he'll run his eyelids and whatnot. But they do try to run some waggle action, and they do some drop back passing. But for the most part, like I said, they're downhill running. They like to run the ISO. They like to run power. They got a few counter plays, but not much. They'll probably run a little bit more power against us, considering how our defensive ends played last week against Columbus. They probably see that on the film and attack our defensive ends, and we just got to accept the challenge and go at it.
So be a little, like I said, you were coaching them up anyway, trying to get them better. So
yes.
they have a test for them at the end of the week.
Yes, they will.
Okay. On offense, what are y'all going to do to attack Mitchell County?
We just do our offense, do our wing tee, play within ourselves. We're going to run our base plays, see how well we can block them. We're going to try to throw the ball, loosen up the defense. I know it's hard to see on film. They played two spread teams early in the year, and of course we're a tight end, two wings, and a split end. And it looks like they're in a 3-5 defense or a 5-3, whatever you want to call it. And it's a defense that we have seen quite a bit this year. Charlton County was in a 3-5. And Columbus was in a 3-5 look. So hopefully our offensive line will have some success.
Something that you can exploit just because y'all have seen it before.
Yes.
Okay. We'll be right back with more of Evan Hochstetler on the Manchester High Coaches Show.
Time for a new mattress? Wilson's Fine Furniture in Manchester has a great selection. From twin size to king size, Wilson's has it. In fact, Wilson's Fine Furniture is your hometown mattress outlet with name brands like Sealy, Simmons, Serta, and more, all at competitive prices. Wilson's also carries a full line of living room sets from Ashley Furniture. Save big now with 30% off all in-stock living room sets. Pay cash and save even more. And don't forget appliances, your hometown mattress outlet. Wilson's Fine Furniture, Main Street in Manchester. Football season is here. Get your lineup ready with your favorite team accessories at Manchester Farm Garden and Hardware. Flags, banners, and all types of fan gear. Alabama, Georgia, Auburn, and Georgia Tech. Don't forget about the great selection of Carhartt clothing and Georgia boots, too. We have everything you need to make it through your work week till game day here at Manchester Farm Garden and Hardware in the Town and Country Shopping Center in Manchester.
Here at Sun Fashions, we have a variety of all your needs from half wigs to whole wigs, from lace front wigs to ponytails. We also carry your beauty supply needs. We have your latest fashion in jewelry, handbags, clothes, and shoes. So whenever you're in town and you want to shop around, make it your passion to come to Sun Fashion.
Welcome back to the Manchester High Coaches Show. I'm David Carden, filling in for J.J. Hush. Coach, early on in the game, y'all had a play, and Columbus's quarterback was coming out. And y'all had a defender on him, looked like he was going down, and he was able to get the pitch off. And y'all had a man on the pitch man, but you still weren't able to stop him and make the play.
Yes, it's one of the things, you put yourself in a good position to make the play. We just have to make the play. The QB is going down. The linebacker was coming for the QB, and we had the cornerback on the pitch. And the QB was able to pitch it. I think the cornerback was going for the ball at the last second instead of the defender, and did not make the play, and they got him in scoring position. But as you see in the clip, a couple plays later, Columbus ran the same play, and the outside linebacker had the QB, and the cornerman had the pitch, and everybody did their job. Everybody made the play.
Yeah, he made a great open field tackle when
Yes.
they ran that play the next time.
Yes, yes.
So they're learning during the game.
They're learning. They're doing their job. Like you said, it's any sports, baseball, basketball, golf, it don't matter. You still have to do your job and make the play. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. So.
Okay, y'all were running a fullback trap. You ran it for Brown. I believe it was off the left side, and he was able to pick up a fair amount of yardage. What y'all do right on that play?
Offensive line, the hat level were low. You can see on the clip, they fired off the ball. The left guard pulled right. It's actually fullback trap right, and what we do, the fullback runs the midline up the crack of the center. I teach, and he receives the ball and he bends to the right just a little bit after he receives the ball. The running back stayed behind his pad level and picked up a good amount of yardage on the play. He's one of the fullbacks that's fighting for playing time. We got really 4 good fullbacks on the football team. Some weeks one of them wants to play a little bit more than the other per se, but we just got to find a fullback and stick with him. But he does a good job. He plays a little bit linebacker too, but it was a good play for him. It was fullback trap right. We sent in jet motion, and it was C. Brown up the middle for a couple yards.
With the guards being so important and pulling in the wing tee, having the right guard injury issue, have y'all gone away from them pulling as much?
No, we asked the same thing. That's why it's so important to have competition at the right guard. We put 2 bodies there, and the best one win, because we have to do the same plays to the left as we would to the right.
I know y'all's quarterback had a pretty nice scramble. He was looking to pass the ball and got flushed out of the pocket.
Yes.
Is that something he's used to doing, getting out there and?
We teach on the Utah play action and the waggle. It's almost a run first. So he's looking to try to get downhill. He has not been asked to run the ball that much. He did have a touchdown run against Taylor County close, and he ran ice keep one time and got a first down against Columbus. He's doing his job. He might not had a good night throwing the ball against Columbus, and a lot of that is falls on the coaching staff as far as my play calling duties. He'll get put in bad situations. I know we're trying to score before the half, and it was some second and long and third and long. It's difficult to put a sophomore quarterback in that situation, but he's doing a good job. He's getting better each week. He's being coachable. Sometimes he does get frustrated in the third and long situation, but we got to get him out of that. So he did a good job on this play. We had a out route with Preacher Man, and it's just a smash route combination, a corner right on top of that, and his read was the cornerback, but nobody was in front of him, so he kept on running downhill. He picked up the first down. It's a very big play.
He saw that green and just kept
Yes.
going. You said it's a run first when they get out
When,
like
when
that?
we tag Utah to it, it's a sprint out package or waggle. It's a play action off butt sweep. We do teach if there's green grass in front of you, try to run. I like to say if you can go out there and hand the ball to the guy you're about to throw it to, run. So.
Okay. So he didn't see that big play downfield, so he took the safe
Yes.
bet and picked up the yardage.
Yes, and it's pretty mature as a sophomore.
Okay. Then y'all ran that ice for one of your touchdowns. I believe it was Turner.
Yes.
What did he do right on that play? What did you see out of that play?
Well, first of all, the line of scrimmage fired off the ball, and our halfbacks did not do a bad job going up in the big gap trying to blow it up. Turner did run through a tackle. The outside linebacker snuck in on the play. He did run through the tackle, but Turner, he got on his horse and went after it. He ran behind his pad level. He's a little bit short and stocky. He's going to be a strong kid in next year and the year after. But
Bell, he ran for a pretty nice touchdown as well.
yes, late in the game is our last touchdown to tie the game with about 5 minutes left. We're in our heavy set where we used to run ISO and fullback toss, and we noticed that Columbus over-adjusted to the situation. They put a lot of bodies over there, so we just ran away from our strength, And offensive line did a good job. The tight end and tackle blocked down, and the guard, it was a senior Jimmy Lee Rose, pulled and put a hat on the body and did a good job. And I think it was about 5 or 6 yards out, and we scored on that play as well.
So that was something y'all came out and read the defense.
Yes.
And switched a play to go at their
Yes.
weakness.
We didn't switch it at the line of scrimmage, but it's just one of those things. That's one thing about Wing T that I like it so well, because it puts the defense in predicament. Either you're going to have to stop this or this, but what are you giving up in order to stop that? And obviously they gave up something, and we went after it.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you joining us again this week. And Coach Evan Hochstetler will be back next week on the Manchester High Coaches Show. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for watching the Blue Devils Football Coaches Show. Brought to you by Manchester Farm Garden and Hardware and JT Signs. Join Coach Hochstetler and your host JJ Hush next week as they continue to review and preview all the Blue Devils football games right here on Mountain Vision. This is Mountain Vision.